What's going on, y'all? Tech Me out here, and in today's video we're doing one of my favorite things, which is talking about what is on my device. And in this case, we're taking a look at my Android phone that I'm using, which is the OnePlus 8 Pro. Now, I got a full review coming, but I gotta say, so far, I'm loving this thing. The display, for one, look at that, is super gorgeous. Like, this fits into that group of phones that I say I like to pick up and look at just because. If you have any specific questions about it though, definitely drop it down below in the comment section. That way I can include some of those questions in the review. But in this video, let's take a look at the apps that I have installed. Everything's gonna be listed down below that I'm mentioning. But yeah, let's get into it. All right, so firstly here, my widget at the top is compliments of a widget pack known as Abstract. And the particular widget that I have installed is Abstract 12. I just liked it because it looked clean, it was minimal, and that's definitely a theme that I have going on here, is just a minimal, clean look overall. Then beneath that, I have my Google search. Don't use that much, honestly. I probably could afford to remove it, but I just think it looks good with the whole setup here, so it stays for now. Then beneath that, I have my most commonly used applications: YouTube, Maps, Instagram. If you do not follow me on Instagram, I'm gonna throw my information up here so you can check me out. I do tend to update you all in terms of when you can expect a new video or what's going on with me. Just another way for us to connect. Next to that, I have Amazon. If you follow my channel at all, then you know I'm heavy on Amazon. And now I'm also a part of their influencer program, so I'm doing Amazon live streams. And I plan on doing one very soon. But if you wanna know when it's gonna happen, definitely, check me out on Instagram or Twitter, because I'll be probably letting you all know there. All right, next to Amazon, I have Play Store. We know what that is. And then my standard apps down in the dock, I'm not gonna go through those. You can see them and you probably know what they are, so no need to discuss. But if I swipe over to the right, this is where I have my secondary apps, is what I like to coin them. These are the apps that I like quick access to, but I don't per se need the immediate access to, like the ones on the home screen. But before we go any further, I do want to take a quick moment to thank the sponsor for today's video, which is Trademoor. I've actually partnered with them in the past, and ultimately, if you're not familiar with them, they're a really great option to sell your electronics. So they currently accept phones, tablets, and smartwatches. I actually have a link down below in the description box that you're welcome to check out if you're interested in selling some of your tech. In order to get started, all you have to do is select the device that you're interested in selling, then provide a little bit of information about it, such as the device condition and any other specifications like the carrier and the color. And then once you're finished with that, all you have to do is review the offer details, which is going to be locked in for 30 days. And then just simply supply your contact information and your shipping details so that you can receive your pre-packaged prepaid box to mail your device into Trademoor. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, but I really like an option like this because I have been, a close victim to a scam when I was selling some tech. It's a long story, so I won't dive into it, but thankfully everything worked out. But I will say it's nice to have a trustworthy option like this that you can depend on to sell your tech. But again, if you're interested, information will be linked below. Now, where were we? So at the top, I have my folders. I have a home folder up here, which has some of my, smart home tech that I want to control. So I do have the Hue light system. So that's how I go in here and adjust the lights in my house. Let's see. I have the home app as well, so that I can hop in here and control all of my smart home tech. I really like the home app actually, because it gives me a central hub to control different devices. And then next to that is my Sensi app. That is what I use to control the temperature in here, because it's my thermostat. Then next to that folder, I have my photos folder. So these are just a few of my photo editing applications that I like to use. Lightroom is the one that I probably use the most. It allows me to do more of the intensive edits. Snapseed, I like this one as well. To me, when I don't want to go as in-depth in the photo editing process, I'll use that. And then Visco is like where I like to go for filters. So between these three, I'm good on getting my photos edited. And then next to that is my social folder. This is where I have a few of my social related applications. Instagram I use the most, so that's why it's not in here, but I also am on Twitter. You can check me out there at TechMeOut. That's TechMe0UT. I also use Discord mainly for connecting with people about Animal Crossing. I'm actually considering, once I learn more about the platform and stuff, starting a Twitch stream. for Animal Crossing because I play it a lot. And I just think it'll be fun to connect with any of you out there that also play it. And then next to Discord, I have Telegram. It's very similar to WhatsApp, so that's another tool that I use to communicate with people. And then beneath that, I have a weather widget. And this is done with an app known as Shadow Weather. So I actually have the app installed down here towards the bottom. The main thing that I really like about it is its interface. It's really simple. It's not cluttered with a bunch of stuff that I don't find valuable. So I can get the weekly forecast here and some nice information about each day at a glance without having to dive too deep. But I do have the widget installed here as well so that I don't always have to hop into the application. Then beneath that, I have YouTube Studio. That's how I respond to comments and check on the analytics of my channel. I also like to use OneDrive for my file storage. I'm between that and Google Drive. I don't like personally bouncing between so many cloud servers, but I just haven't taken the time to figure out which one I want to commit to, but I will. Or if you have any insight on which one you feel is better between the two, definitely let me know, because I might let that popular vote help me decide instead. The next app I have up here is Feedly. This is where I like to go get my tech news. I have up here is Onenote, and this is basically my virtual notebook, and I have different dividers in here of different subjects. And then within those dividers are pages of information that I need. So this is where I like to go and jot down things like my, air quotes, scripts, so that I can have my keynotes of things that I want to talk about in a video so that I don't forget anything. But I really love OneNote because it offers so much. And the best part is it is across platform. So I can use this on my Android. I can use it on my Mac, my iPhone, my iPad. So being the type that jumps between platforms, OneNote has definitely been a lifesaver. Then next to that, I have Agenda. This is where you can go in and just kind of jot down like things as if it were your day planner, so to speak. So you can write tasks or projects that you need to complete. You can have your to-do list, just everything at a glance. So you basically have your calendar and your to-do app in one. Then moving on, skipping these kind of standard apps, I will say my current music streaming service of choice is Apple Music. I was using Spotify for a while. I do bounce back and forth between the two, but right now it's Apple Music. Moving over to the right, Spark is what I use to check my email. I really like Spark because you have like a lot of different unique features. One that I use a lot is Smart Inbox, so it's gonna kind of like filter and group your emails based upon the type of email that it is, like if it's news or from a person or something like that. I also like that you can have custom signatures, you can snooze emails, get reminders about emails. But best of all, it is cross-platform, so I can basically sign into my main Spark account and it will add all of the email accounts that are associated with that. So when I'm jumping from device to device, I don't have to set up each individual account. They're all linked to my Spark account. Hope that makes sense. And then on the last page here, I have my calendar widget, which is known as Agenda. This is where I can go and get a quick view at the different events that I have planned for the week. Those are the apps that I have on my home screen, but let's talk about this app drawer as well. Oh, I forgot to mention the wallpaper, y'all. The wallpaper came from an app called Wallx, and the icon pack that I'm using is known as Delta. Now I am using the default launcher from OnePlus because it just gave me everything that I needed, which is the option to customize my icons. And I have it set up so that when I swipe up and I do go into my app drawer, it first greets me with this here so that I can see, there we go. So that I can see a category of the different things I might want. And then if I want to get to all of the apps, I just, hit the back arrow and I'm there. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go through all these apps, but you can definitely take a gander. But I will touch on a few that I really liked. So I'm definitely a wallpaper person, and a few wallpaper apps that I really like is Forest Live Wallpaper. That actually gives you this beautiful Forest Live wallpaper that animates itself based upon the conditions of where you're at. So if it's raining, it'll show that it's raining there. If it's snowing, it'll snow there. I think it even goes by the time of day as well. Wallx, which is the one that I use to get the wallpaper here, that one's really smooth because all of the wallpapers are super high quality. It's one of those apps that I find myself trying to hop in just for a quick second, but I'm still browsing wallpapers 15 minutes later. Yeah, it's that type. But another app I want to mention is Volume Styles. That actually lets you customize the look of your volume sliders. So you have lots of different themes that you can choose from. But yeah, I think that's it, y'all. Like I said, I like to keep things really simple up here. So I wasn't trying to have like a bunch of apps and things that I wasn't gonna use. But if you have any additional questions, definitely drop them down below. And yeah, that's gonna sum up this, oh, I'm shaking the table. But yeah, that's gonna sum up this one. As always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.